So, like I said, appreciate you taking, the chance and time to do this. So maybe just kind of give a quick intro of, you know, name, what you do, a little bit about you.
So my name's Arya, and I have a business. I run a social media agency. I basically help influencers with marketing and advertising. We get integrated ads, editing, stuff like that.
Thank you.
Um, and it's very crazy because I work with people with really weird schedules. So my schedule is really weird. And yeah, I just wanted to change my lifestyle because I work overnight sometimes. I have to work with a lot of different people, different time zones and stuff.
Yeah,
So I wanted something to sort of put my schedule in a more healthy uh order, I guess you
sure,
could say.
sure. So what was like your number one goal coming into the program and then maybe some other things that you kind of wanted to see happen?
So I had kind of two goals going into it. One, I put on a little bit too much weight from my work, and it's work from home most of the time, so
Sure.
I didn't have a whole lot of activity. And I also wanted to find a way to still do what I do and run my business, but also be able to do it in a more healthy way.
Yeah.
Um, and I saw your stuff online, and I thought you knew exactly how to get that done.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, yeah, doing it the right way. And I remember messaging you going back and forth on Instagram, and the big thing for you was because work was so crazy for the first few months, you were like, I won't be able to make it to the gym, but I gotta change my nutrition. So like, can I make can I get results without, going to the gym every single day and like just switching up nutrition? So I think that first few months, we were down, what was it, like 15 pounds or so before we even
Uh,
hit the gym?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more than that actually. I was traveling a lot, so I definitely couldn't do, consistent gym stuff, and
Yeah.
because of that, I wanted to just see if I can do it with only diet. I'm not very good at this whole fitness stuff, so I didn't know that much. I didn't have that much information on it, so
Sure.
I didn't know if I could do it, and you said yes, and yeah, we dropped I think closer to like 18 pounds
Dude,
in
that was
2 months,
awesome.
which was crazy.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. So what was kind of your health, fitness level, all of that stuff coming into the program? Kind of where was your starting point?
I had gone to the gym quite a lot with my friends and stuff since high school, on and off. As far as dieting goes, I didn't. I tried some of the fad diets and stuff, some of the stuff I saw online. Never really found the best way to do it. Never really got the best results.
Sure.
And I also didn't really enjoy any of them. They were all very insane and
Yeah,
you know,
extreme.
yeah, and they're very restrictive, to the point where like I would hate food for periods of time, uh,
Mm,
stuff that I really liked. Like I would go on a
yeah,
keto diet, and then I love eating steaks, but I would hate steaks.
sure. Yeah, when you're restricted to a certain food group or eliminate certain food groups, it's tough to do it long enough to either A, see the results, or B, like actually enjoy the process. Because then as soon as
Yes.
you get to where you want to be, it's like, okay, frick it, I'm going back to the way that I liked because this was too extreme.
Yeah.
100%. And I think something that was really cool with you, and I feel like it was like every time we were on a call, you were saying like it didn't even really feel like dieting, like you
No,
just
that
switched
was the
things up.
biggest. It blew my mind because I was on a diet that didn't feel too restrictive. I was eating things I still enjoy. I didn't really even feel that hungry, like 98% of the time.
Yeah,
And it was very enjoyable and maintainable. And it didn't feel like I was on a diet. It felt like I just kind of shifted my lifestyle a little bit, and
sure.
I had no problem, and I still don't have any problems continuing to go on like this for the rest of my life, which
Yeah,
it's really exciting because I can always be healthy and still enjoy, the normal things like food and all that kind of thing. So
yeah,
it's very. mind blowing to me that I don't have to be on a crazy diet and I can just do something logically and it
Sure.
works. And it
Yeah,
works
dude.
better than all the other crazy fat diets as well.
Right? I love that. And so for you, what were some of the like tangible results going through this the last few months, and what were some of maybe the non-tangible results?
I mean, tangible results within a couple of months, I'm down a little over 30 pounds, which is crazy.
So awesome.
And I also can see, I mean, I started working out later as we talked about, but
Yeah.
I do see a good bit of muscle gain,
Yep.
uh, which is, I mean, I've been on a deficit this whole time. I didn't even know it was possible to actually gain muscle during this whole time, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have put on quite a bit of muscle. So those are probably the more tangible stuff. The non-tangibles, I would say, just being on this more healthy lifestyle, it's helped me fix my sleep schedule.
Hmm.
I don't feel tired like midday. I also don't feel, I don't know what the word for it is, but just eating when you eat bad food and you don't feel like you want to do stuff. I don't
Yeah.
feel,
Just kind of lethargic, where you're just like blah
yes,
all the time.
yes. And I don't know, I think my mindset towards fitness has changed. It's not like a challenging thing to me anymore. It's just like a, a must that doesn't actually change much for me. It
Yeah.
just makes me healthier. Um, and that's resulted in me just being more focused, I would say. And it has like I feel like our conversations also have taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Every time we get into a conversation, I ask you something, and you would give me like scientific answers and stuff that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I would ask you about a certain diet, or I would ask you about some doing it in a certain way, and you would give me the benefits and the negatives, and that just kind of made everything make sense to me. So that
Mm.
learning also just on the side is a huge victory for me, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's both tangible and intangible. It changed my mindset, and I know more now. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty big.
I love that. And I feel like that'll serve you so well moving forward, being able to navigate, okay, now what's the next goal? Okay, now I can cut through all kind of the noise on social media and know what works and what doesn't and what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
And being able to kind of make the educated choice moving
Yes.
forward on certain things, which is really awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, down over 30 pounds, doing it, just a couple strength training sessions per week, halfway through the program, no crazy cardio or 5 days a week, or, 2 a days or crazy stuff like that. So pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Um, what would you say is like maybe the best part, or like your favorite part of either working with me or the program or that type of thing?
Um, I would go back to the whole just knowing more that and being able to do it for whenever I want to do it.
Yeah.
Uh, I I since COVID, that's when I shifted to online work, and because of that, I don't have the time to just say, okay, I'm gonna go for a run that often.
Yeah.
But knowing that even if I mean, ideally, I do that now because I made the schedule work because we've worked through it.
Yeah.
But even if something happens and I have to travel again for a couple months and I don't have the luxury of doing that, I just know that I have the knowledge to be able to figure out a way to still maintain my weight, still be healthy, still get the sleep, the water, all of that stuff, and still not be ruining, my physical and my mental just out of nowhere for no reason, and still be
Yeah.
able to manage it. And I think those things are probably, I would say, the most valuable stuff that I would,
100%.
yeah,
Being able to kind of like adjust on the fly, and even when situation's not perfect, like you're traveling or you don't have access to certain things or whatever, not just being like, okay, well, screw it, I'm just going to go buck wild, or man, I can't be perfect, so might as well not try. Like, you have the knowledge and the foundation to be able to adjust and adapt, because life's never perfect and it's never going
Yeah.
to be like, the perfect situation. So you have to kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
And
man.
honestly, I can specify one thing that one of your videos taught me, and it was that I just like I know that I can do this all um, forever.
Yeah.
That's insane to me, and that I just know that I can do it whenever I want. It's like kind of like uh, it's like a skill that I never even knew I could have. So it's really
Sure. Sure. Dude, I love that. I'm so happy for you, man.
yeah.
Honestly, it's been a pleasure. I talk about this a little bit, but it's like I love when people kind of like graduate, right? And they move on and they can, manage their, because that's the end goal, is to get people exactly where you are, to where you're like, you have the knowledge, you have the foundation, we've seen some incredible results, and you're able to manage it moving forward. But then at the same time, it kind of sucks because, I enjoy hopping on calls and chatting with you and answering questions and like helping you on your journey. So it's kind of that bittersweet when people kind of move through. But yeah, it's honestly been such a pleasure. Um, what would you maybe say to somebody that is like wondering if they should work with me, or they're kind of on the fence, or wondering if they even need help at all, or like kind of what would your advice be to them?
I would say it's just for me, I would say I you see a lot of videos online that give you advice, that give you things, give you plans.
Sure.
Um, I had a friend that used ChatGPT to get a diet plan, and
Sure.
you can do stuff like that, and it'll probably improve it a little bit. But knowing how to go about it the right way and why you're going about it the right way is
Mm,
what you taught me, and that 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 is a difference that I saw with the online stuff because you never know why you're doing it. Even if you know why you're doing it, you only know about the specifics that you see online.
sure.
Uh, with you released specific videos every week on top of the diet plans that you adjusted for me. Uh, and one of them, for example, was about if you do end up breaking your diet at some point, don't just break it. You broke it, so it's fine. But don't go crazy and don't add on to it, which was
Yeah.
something I did do in the past and I didn't even realize I was doing.
Yeah.
Which obviously, most people don't talk about that specific thing, but that
Right.
specific thing caused me to, occasionally, like once every month or once every 2 months, occasionally I would go out with a friend and get peer pressured into doing like into having an extra drink.
Sure.
And that would, in the past, cause me to just be, all right, I broke my diet. Let me just eat this. And now I'm
Sure.
like, okay, I had an extra drink. Let's get back onto it. And that kind of little change that can only be done when you have someone first pushing you and, keeping you accountable, but also giving you specific advice. It's so different than seeing like online stuff or your own knowledge because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing comes with this kind of a coaching plan, which is so different and it's so beneficial.
Yeah.
And it left me feeling like I can do a lot more at the end of this uh, than any other way.
100%.
So I can't recommend it enough, honestly.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That was very well said. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Well, good, man. Once again, thanks so much for taking the time to kind of share your experience. And I hope, people found some value